Hey guys, cool blind way back. I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
And we're here with Ghost in the Shell standalone complex second gig, where last time on we had an angel who was a terrorist. Was taken down.
Oh yeah.
His blind daughter did not know what kind of man he was. And Bato kept her illusion for a little while longer, I think. She certainly got to him.
He is the caretaker of the group. Caregiver.
He has a big heart.
Big heart. I love him. He loves everything.
He does.
He loves the Tajikomas. He loves the Major. He loves all their little kids.
It's true.
He loves the Chief.
Did not love surveillance detail.
No.
Which they were stuck on for quite some time.
That looked... I don't know, if you could hop around rooftops, just being up somewhere high and just like watching everybody, that could be cool. But I also feel like it would get very freaking boring. Especially in the wintertime, where it's like there's only so many things you can do, just like freaking stare at people walking through the snow.
You'd think they'd all have Audible in their cybernetics, so he could be like listening to a audiobook or something while he's up there. The very least.
Do you have to like listen or actually physically like read it in order to download it, or do they just like, you now know karate, like you've been uploaded?
I mean, they can still choose to experience things. They don't have to get them fed in.
Do they have the same like, because it seemed like before where they were having like downloads, I'm sorry, we're getting into a long conversation, but like the download that they were doing before where the Major was like supposedly had the gun on the sniper's Saito, where like he thought she was downloading something from the cloud, basically. Is that how reading books is? Like you basically just download them?
I think you can choose. Like there's a difference between, like if you download it, you can bring it up and recall it, maybe like it's in a Wikipedia, but it might not just be there for ready recall, if that makes sense. And you might not be able to intrinsically make connections with that data.
So it's just like it's existing data, but it has no emotional context.
I would say so.
It's like it's a difference between like knowing what a book is about versus having read the book and experienced it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool.
All right. Well, let's see where this next episode takes us.
Is he ever anywhere?
I mean, I kind of thought that.
The one guy didn't have a cyber brain, or at least a connection.
Sure.
So, him meeting him was in the flesh.
True.
Right?
I mean, he was on the news broadcast of all of them killing and dying each other, like on the roof. I don't think that was the same situation as like the Laughing Man stuff where he was like hacking the cameras.
Yeah.
So I think he tried to kill the PM, right?
Yeah, like he's physically there sometimes.
Yeah. This was just a trick.
Yeah.
Although it may be like these refugees here who fought against Section 9. Like, obviously, there was no Kuze there to protect. So did they believe that Kuze was there? Or was it just more, well, if we take them out here, then they won't chase him anymore?
I mean, if they're desperate to fight, you got the guns. Every job looks like it needs shot then. Like,
I suppose. Kuze seems surprised at their actions.
Them fighting?
Yeah.
They aren't, evolved spiritually enough.
Maybe. Maybe. So he's trying to broker a deal with Russian gangsters to get some petroleum.
Plutonium.
Plutonium.
Big difference.
I assume it's going to be like a
mutually assured destruction sort of deal where it's like, hey, we can destroy you, you can destroy us. Let's neither of us destroy each other. Instead, become best buds.
A nuclear deterrent.
Yeah, I guess so.
Leave us alone. Let us be.
Nuclear deterrence not like it used to be in the olden days. They can just, clean it up. The great miracle. But then everybody's still dead.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's still dead.
And who knows what kind of fallout, is the real danger now the electromagnetic wave that crashes through?
Yeah, that wouldn't be great either. For all the cybernization, I wonder how much EMP resistance they have.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the last biological safeguards that they have set up. There's kind of, how your brain sits just in a kind of a vat of goo inside your brain that's supposed to protect it from being jostled around too much. Maybe there's a biological shell over certain areas just maybe in between to act as that last little safeguard.
So Kuze he's turned his brain into a pulpit, kind of like a forum or a Discord. He just lets everyone in.
I think so. And there's what the term they used was suppressive memory matrix. Is that he's keeping his memories from being accessed, or was that something done to him? Does he know about it?
I think so.
Because
he warned the Major about it.
Yeah, but is that just because he's also tried to access it and it does that to him?
I don't know. I feel like it's self-inflicted. But I don't know that for sure.
That could make sense. I mean, his whole journey seems like that sort of self-inflicted.
Yeah. Martyrdom.
Yeah.
I do wonder how it all fits together. The Section 11 stuff and now helping refugees, that seems like opposite sides of the spectrum. But I guess kind of Goda, maybe he needed to make the enemy and he needed to play moves for the other side so that he could be in a more advantageous position for his true side.
That's what I was kind of wondering about before. When we were wondering, was he just along for the ride to completely understand it? Had he been partially programmed, but had also partially programmed himself, basically? To the point where he kind of followed that Goda master plan, but then he kind of didn't. But then Goda also still seems pretty pleased with yes, he seems perfect. It's was he one that was specially singled out and has been getting nudges?
I'm not sure. I think I maybe can understand why people are so willing to trust him. If he is open, you can connect to his brain, and he's not really keeping many secrets from people. And also the idea of walking a mile in another man's shoes. If there's just this free connection where everyone, including him, can share their experiences. But
his discussion with that one guy, he's you don't have to trust me. We just have something to do. Actions speak louder than words. We have to use actions now. And then afterwards, you use your free will to decide what you want to do.
Well, I think he has the free will to not do it now.
Are you sure? Because from the way it was described and such, it made it kind of seem hey, you're give up your free will now. We'll do this thing, and then afterwards, you can decide to change the consequences of our actions.
I mean, it was just more of a trust me for this thing, and then your trust will be rewarded, and if you decide it isn't, then leave. But he didn't say or imply you can't leave until we do this. I don't think.
It was just weird the way he specifically said afterwards use your free will. It's well, wait, why only afterwards?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he still has it. It's just
and it's not a open gateway to his brain, because obviously that guy was who are you? I don't trust you. And he's it's okay for me to basically be a known unknown to you. That's enough. It's enough that you think I'm a mystery, or it's enough that you know that you don't know everything about me.
Sure. Well, that guy doesn't have a cyber brain, right? Or can't connect?
Yeah, he doesn't have a connection of some sort.
Yeah. So, like, it's not like he's purposely hiding anything from that guy. It's just that guy's not capable of making the connection.
Burn. But
I mean, he's locking some stuff out, like the optics, and like he's not just open. But I think, at the very least, the communication side is open. Mm-hmm. And maybe
I just wonder, like, specifically, what did he tell the Major, that you would feel despair or pain or?
I thought he said, if you link with me, you'll be miserable.
Yeah, miserable. Maybe he is sequestering a part of himself to stay miserable, like as penance.
Yeah, there's some sort of revelation that once you know, it just changes you, maybe. Or he knows the connection of their past and she doesn't, and like he's afraid that she'll blame herself for something about it.
Does he know her? Like, she thinks she knows him. Does he remember her? I can't remember their first when she was saving the PM. Like, I can't remember that clearly, like, if there was... I mean, his face didn't move anyway.
Well, yeah. But, like... Yeah, I don't know. She visited him as a girl. I guess she has a different face now, maybe.
I mean, she still had the...
But she had a prosthetic body.
Then.
He knew her as someone with a prosthetic body, and she did not know him at that point. Like, when he got one, they were separated.
I was trying to think if that would be like a really unique experience for her, of meeting someone without a cybernetic anything. But that's not true, because she meets people like that. But I guess, I don't know, having a relationship, attempting to connect with someone without using cybernetics or anything like that. Because she was cyberized.
As a child, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Like, would that have been a really unique experience for her? She was cyberized at a pretty young age. I'm not sure if they ever told us how young.
I don't know. I got the impression it was like
6?
7 or 8.
Okay.
Maybe 6.
Still, that's probably the age where most people have some of their most the most memorable memories.
Formative years.
Yeah.
So the deputy minister hit by a train. Is that Goda's doing? I wasn't really clear.
I don't know what that minister was supposed to do to further Section 9's agendas, or to give information, or what. Yeah.
I'm not sure what his position was, if he supported the refugees or...
Maybe supported it, not just, starting a war.
I got the impression that he did, but I'm not sure. Kuze said, like, my role is to guide you to the place that I am now. I'm just curious as to what that place is.
Non-violent?
Well, yeah.
Taking pictures?
Does it just mean enlightenment? Or is there some other meaning to it? I don't know. Very curious.
Maybe making connections, since that seems to be what he's all about.
Could be.
So he's actually preaching sort of like this huge interconnected web with all people, so there wouldn't really be any point of, having war, shooting guns, all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
In his idealized pathway.
I don't know, but I am excited to find out. I really liked... I feel like I was much more confused last season with the Laughing Man, and I felt like that was wrapped up well. I feel like I am confused, but a little less so here, but I am excited to see the wrap-up.
Yeah, this one definitely felt like a fake out, where it's like, and then, what? Well, nothing's happened.
It's the first time that we've ever seen, like, someone get one up on the Major. So, she's met her match, maybe. I don't know.
Possibly. We actually got to see a non-believer start talking with Kuze. That process of integration is fascinating to me. Like, that's what I want to... That's what I was hoping was going to happen. Like, see, how do these people become drawn to him like a lightning rod?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like completely satisfying in this episode. So I'm hoping that when he and the Major meet, she'll kind of like break down that process that's happening for other people.
Sure.
And maybe float it in front of him and say like, oh, this is what you're doing.
Yeah, what I want is the conversation between the Laughing Man and the senator or the, like, whoever that person was. Mm-hmm. Like, they had their philosophical conversations.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
For 3 days.
Hopefully we do. Let's get to the next one. Thank you guys for watching our reaction to Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex second gig. There's not a whole lot left to go over at patreon.com/Bladwave, not just to this, but to a lot of other stuff as well. Also, you can watch along with us full length, needing your own footage, so you don't miss anything. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.